Today is October 2nd. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today on the Big Book, we are going to be continuing our journey through Chapter 6 in action. And actually, we're going to skip the 12 and 12 today. We're a little bit ahead of our readings, so we'll just go ahead and skip it today. Keep it nice and short and sweet. But we will read today's daily reflection and 24 hours a day. So with that, my friends, hope y'all are doing well today. We've been given a brand new set of 24 hours. That's always a good thing. So let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. All right, my friends. So first of all, I want to preface this by saying my washer is going on in the background here. So if that sneaks its way into this audio, I do apologize. But if you recall from yesterday's reading, we made it through lots of steps. And we mainly talked about step 9 yesterday. And we're going to continue that thought here on page 80. Before taking drastic action, which might implicate other people, we secure their consent. If we have obtained permission, have consulted with others, ask God to help, and the drastic step is indicated, we must not shrink. This brings to mind a story about one of our friends. While drinking, he accepted a sum of money from a bitterly hated business rival, giving him no receipt for it. He subsequently denied having received the money and used the incident as a basis for discrediting the man. He thus used his own wrongdoing as a means of destroying the reputation of another. In fact, his rival was ruined. He felt that he had done a wrong that he could not possibly make right. If he opened that old affair, he was afraid that it would destroy the reputation of his partner, disgrace his family, and take away his means of livelihood. What right had he to involve those dependent upon him? How could he possibly make a public statement exonerating his rival? After consulting with his wife and partner, he came to the conclusion that it was better to take those risks than to stand before his Creator guilty of such ruinous slander. He saw that he had to place the outcome in God's hands, or he would soon start drinking again, and all would be lost anyhow. He attended church for the first time in many years. After the sermon, he quietly got up and made an explanation. His action met widespread approval, and today he's one of the most trusted citizens of his town. This all happened years ago. The chances are that we have domestic troubles. Perhaps we are mixed up with women in a fashion that we wouldn't care to have advertised. We doubt if, in this respect, alcoholics are fundamentally much worse than other people. But drinking does complicate sex relations in the home. "24 hours a day, October 2nd. AA thought for the day. What makes an effective talk at an AA meeting? It is not a fine speech with fine choice of words and an impressive delivery. Often, a few simple words direct from the heart are more effective than the most polished speech. There is always a temptation to speak beyond our own experience in order to make a good impression. This is never effective. What does not come from the heart does not reach the heart. What comes from personal experience and a sincere desire to help the other person reaches the heart. Do I speak for effect or with a deep desire to help? Meditation for the day. Thy will be done must be your oft-repeated prayer. And in the willing of God's will, there should be gladness. You should delight to do God's will because when you do, all your life goes right and everything tends to work well for you in the long run. When you are honestly trying to do God's will and humbly accepting the results, nothing can seriously hurt you. Those who accept the will of God in their real life may not inherit the earth, but they will inherit real peace of mind. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may have a yielded will. I pray that my will may be attuned to the will of God. Daily Reflection, October 2nd. The Acid Test. As we work the first 9 steps, we prepare ourselves for the adventure of a new life. When we approach step 10, we commence to put our AA way of living into practical use, day by day, in fair weather or foul. Then comes the acid test. Can we stay sober, keep an emotional balance, and live to good purpose under all conditions? 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 88. I know the promises are being fulfilled in my life, but I want to maintain and develop them by daily application of step 10. I have learned through this step that if I am disturbed, there's something wrong with me. The other person may be wrong too, but I can only deal with my feelings. For when I am hurt or upset, I have to continually look for the cause in me, and then I have to admit and correct my mistakes. It isn't easy, but as long as I know I am progressing spiritually, I know that I can mark my effort up as a job well done. I have found that pain is a friend. It lets me know that there is something wrong with my emotions, just as physical pain lets me know that there is something wrong with my body. When I take the appropriate action through the 12 steps, the pain gradually goes away. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. Short reading today since we didn't have the 12 and 12, but we will definitely come back to that tomorrow. So I really like the layout of today's daily reflection. You know, the other person may be wrong too, but I can only deal with my feelings. When I'm hurt or upset, I have to continue to look for the cause in me. That's where I'm wrong. If I've let somebody else hurt me, I have to examine what is it they threatened in me. Because if all is well with my soul and I can look in the mirror and be happy with what I see and just like the previous reading too, carry out His will for my life, then what does it matter what somebody else thinks of me? Now don't get me wrong, that's easier said than done. But really, I can't change them. I can only control my response. And sometimes the best thing I can do is just not be around that person. Sometimes I have to love somebody from the distance, or sometimes I have to have that productive pause before responding. But usually the reason I'm upset is because I'm afraid of something. Something in me, maybe it's a social instinct, whatever, has been threatened. And I'm fearful. And fear can manifest itself in anger and all kinds of things. Selfishness, self-centeredness. But thankfully, through this program and trying to carry out my higher power's will each and every day to the best of my ability, I'm not as fearful as I used to be. Oh man, I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful that you stopped by to listen today, guys. As always, please know I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or Al-Anon or any other sect or denomination. I am just a friend in this lifeboat of recovery, and I am thrilled that you're here with me. If we are given another set of 24 hours, my friends, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.